What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's T Shade Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition, Season 18, Episode 2. First off, I want to start off by saying thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of you who watch my battling breast cancer blog number 4. I've read every message. Thank you so much for you guys' concerns and prayers and well wishes with me having to do chemo. I'll have another vlog out before I actually start because I start in 2 weeks. But I'm feeling much better, as you can see. I had my cry and all of that stuff. And now it's back time to just kick cancer's ass. And I'll have more information on why I have to do chemo and everything else. I will have to do chemo and radiation, but on the next vlog, you all will get all of that information plus me preparing for chemo. But anywho, so on tonight's episode of Marriage Boot Camp, Treasure wakes up drunk as shit talking about I'm Mally's girl. I'm Mally's girl. Mally, wake up, Mally. And I'm like, girl, you wake up with a drunk pussy, go to sleep with a drunk pussy. Jesus the Christ. Mally is outside later on that morning and talking to Neri and tells her that he can't take Treasure crying all the goddamn time. Like once or twice, I, but every goddamn day, all day is a lot. And I would understand, like, because that girl literally be in mid conversation talking about something regular and will bust out crying. That would drive anybody crazy. It will put you on edge. Like, what is going on with you? So Amber and Brock is outside talking, and she wants to see if he'll act the same way around everybody else how he does when it's just the two of them, because he was saying that he loved her and he only want to be with her. So she was basically like, keep that same energy when we get around everybody else, because you always embarrassing me and saying something smart and disrespectful. Like I told y'all on last week's review, I don't believe their storyline at all, and based off the teaser for next week episode, something huge is going to happen with them where they're going to get exposed in some type of way. So like I said, I don't believe none of this storyline. I think that they came on here faking and frauding. Treasure, after waking up drunk, decides to keep the party going after she gets dressed for the day, goes down into the kitchen and starts drinking tequila. And I'm like, this girl ain't got enough yet. She says that she's been drinking so much because she's shy, and I guess she doesn't feel like up to par or comfortable around all these other people. But I mean, girl, you too old for this. Like, you need to learn how to deal with yourself and be comfortable in your own skin, because you drinking is making you look worse than making you look better. You're not the life of the party. You're the weird girl that continues to drink all the time, show her ass, and cry every 5 minutes. Like, you look crazy. Like I said, we never even saw this side of her on Beyond the Pole. Like beyond behind the pole, she act like she got some sense. She talks coherently. So all of this is just a shock to me. And it was a shock to a lot of you in the comment section. So she sit down talking to Brock. In the middle of the conversation, she crying, and he looking at her like, "Okay, can somebody come save me from this conversation because it's getting really weird." I felt bad for him. So the group goes outside for exercise with Dr. Ish. And the exercise for that day is about resentments regarding certain topics that pertain to their relationship. So Amber and Brock go first, and she resents him. So what they have to do is collect these balls from all of these different totes that have different topics like social media, sex, infidelity, lies, trust, whatever. So they have to feel take each colored ball and put them in their bucket and then go in this tent and throw the shit at each other. So Amber's resentments towards Brock is him being controlling, fucking other men and her friend, being a social media whore. He resents her for hitting him, busting his windows out his car, feeling and making him feel insecure, cheating on him in high school, fucking around with hood niggas and his best friend. I was like, if this was true, this would be a fucking great story. But like I said, I don't bit more believe none of this. So they then, after that, have to pick up all the balls that they threw at each other and place. They have these plastic, like hazmat suits on. They have to place all the balls inside of the suit and wear it around every day so they can see how much weight they're carrying around with resentment. So Mally in the process whispers to Treasure that Brock know he loved them balls. And so her ass puts him on blast, was like, Mally said, you know you like them balls. And of course he was embarrassed and he felt fronted on and like, does he have something against gay people? Is he homophobic or whatever? I personally don't even understand why she put him on blast and said the shit out loud, like embarrassing him and putting him on the spot. And at the same token, I don't understand why Mally even said the shit with your grease ball head ass. Sitting up here looking like a whole can of Crisco. Boy, if you don't sit your pedophile ass down somewhere, don't you got a whole court case? Oh, all right. So that's that I would have shut him up right then and there with that. So Treasure and Mally go next, and her resentment towards him is that uh he's, I guess, obsessed with his own fame. She feels like, he feels like that money can buy love and acting like he her daddy all the time. And Mally's with her is not letting him sleep or get rest at night, drinking nonstop and crying all the goddamn time. Neri and Nori go next. Her resentment towards Nori is him not helping her with the kids, thinking the world revolves around him and being jealous of her hanging with her friends and not appreciating her cooking for him all the time. Nori resents her going to this event, that event all the time and not having another baby with him, which she was very shocked by because she said that the topic had only came up once. And she was like, if he ain't even helping me with our three big kids, how do I expect for him to help me with a baby? She was like, until he shows some improvement, I'm not gonna have no other baby with him. And I 100% agree. Like, you're not about to fuck me and stick me in my golden years with no goddamn baby so you can have another reason to rip and run the streets and have me in the motherfucking house. I think not. So Tough and Moni Love go. I hate this nigga Tough. Like, I don't, the way he spelled Tough, Tuff, his nickname being Tough. I hate everything about it. I'm looking at Moni Love like, how are you fucking with a nigga that call himself Tough? If that ain't an 80s rap name, like y'all didn't even come up in the same era. Ain't he younger than you? Girl, you know you can't fuck with a nigga that call himself tough, that don't even look tough. That's just like Big Sean calling himself Big Sean, but we know why he called himself Big Sean. But that nigga tough don't look tough. He look lame as fuck. So his resentment towards her is not letting him be the breadwinner, changing how he makes his money, allowing the things he didn't do that he did to not let him make money. Everything was about money with him, which said a lot and really put into perspective why he's with her. So Moni's issue was, at this point we realized that she was funding his career and he's mad because when she caught him cheating, she stopped funding his rap career. So he feels like by her stopping funding his career, that fucked up his whole situation. First of all, Moni, why was you funding this nigga career? First of all, buying this motherfucker. Been there, done that. I'm not gonna even act like I didn't do it, but at least I was younger when I did it. Second of all, the fact that he feels this way shows that he's only with you for what you can do for him. You are a meal ticket to him. You are a meal ticket to him. He don't love you like that. He probably care for you, got feelings for you, got love for you for the fact that you're the mother of his child. But being in love with you, respecting you, and all of that, he does not. He does not. You are a meal ticket, and you need to leave his ass alone. So Moni's issues with him was infidelity, wanting to rekindle their relationship, but still continuing to cheat, which says a lot about what I just said. He only with her for what she can do for him. Meanwhile, he's still out here fucking and sucking on everybody else. So they have to keep the suits on for the rest of the night. And of course, they like, oh my God, we got to walk around with this shit on all goddamn day. But that's literally how they're walking around every day invisibly. So Treasure is drunk off Hennessy and tequila. Like, this girl mixing brown liquor and white liquor. Like, she don't give no fuck, and you wonder why she walking around crying all goddamn day. Bitch, you don't know which way is left or right. So she lay down instead of eating lunch with everybody, knowing like she need to eat something. So they eating lunch, and Tough says that he's a changed man. But of course, Moni doesn't think that he has fully changed. She found out that he was cheating on her because the girl that he was cheating on her with after while she was pregnant. Mind you, she found out that he was cheating on her after she had their baby. And apparently the girl he was cheating on her with had tagged him in a picture. And of course, she followed her baby daddy. So she then went on the girl page, did her little research, like who's this bitch tagging my nigga in the picture, went on the girl page, and that's how she found out that he was cheating on her. This nigga got the nerve to have an attitude about that, feeling like I guess she was doing too much, trying to find something, this, that, and the third. Like, how are you mad because your bitch, your side hoe got out of line tagging you in pictures and then she went on the page and saw what she needed to see? You mad because you don't know how to cheat right. You don't even know how to cheat in motherfucking private and not let the shit come home. But you got the nerve to be mad at her. Boy, if you don't get your boy, you and that ugly ass rug you call a beard, boy, if you don't get somewhere and sit down. She, of course, is upset by his feelings like anybody else. Like, how the fuck you gonna blame me for finding out that you cheated on me? I don't understand what's going on with Moni while she's with him. She is still a beautiful girl. She seems like she's very loving and caring. I don't know what's in her where she feels like she has to be with somebody that disrespects her on such a level and that doesn't hold her in such a regard. But girl, fuck him and keep it moving. She storms out the room. That night, they head outside for another exercise. Dr. Ish has them battle their partners in a rhyme. Moni and Tuff did a good job. You know, of course, she outdid him. Cause she just get out. She got on stage and literally reminded us that she is Moni in the middle. Treasure, and Brock get up on. Oh no, I'm sorry. Treasure and Mally get up on the stage, and he says that he needs her sober in his rhyme. She get up there telling him, I drink, I cry, I don't know why. I drink, I cry, I don't know why. Child, and she looked like she was about to start crying right then, like her voice got the quivering. I was like, please don't, Jesus Christ. That I drink, I cry, I don't know why. Everybody was like, shit, that motherfucker right there is a hit. So Amber surprisingly did a little good job in her little rhyme. Brock did a great job. Neri and Nori go next, and Neri start off saying, help, 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 help. That was her half of her whole rhyme. It's like, nigga, I need your motherfucking help. How many ways got to say it? Nori, of course, does a bang up job. You know, this is the NORE. Judge Toller comes out and evaluates all of the couples, and Judge Toller tells Amber and Brock that, you know, we need you to fix the real subject of what's going on here. And the real subject is the fact that you're quote unquote dealing with a man that likes men and women and you ain't accepting it or don't want to accept it and he lied to you about it. Like, y'all need to deal with the issues at hand, even though, like I said, I don't believe their storyline. I think they're just best friends that's trying to get a bag with each other. um so then she says, Moni and Tough, we got to get you past what happened to why it happened and then to accepting whatever reason it was. I believe in all of that. And then after all of that, y'all need to leave each other the fuck alone because he's using you. And that needs to be brought to the equation. Put placed on the table, and somebody needs to make her aware that this nigga is using her. She already knows it in her spirit. She just doesn't want to vocalize it. And he's a user. Um, so then she says, Treasure, I'm worried about you. You and I gotta talk. Because it's obvious that she has alcoholism problem. She has self-esteem issues. She's very insecure. She's not sure of herself. I don't even think she knows who she is. And I feel like Treasure's one of them girls because she keeps on saying, I'm from the South, this, that, and the third. I think that she was a girl from the South, moved to the big city or whatever have you, and got caught up in this lifestyle. And it's too much. It's not who she is, and she needs to go back to her roots. She says, Nori, I think you're a thoughtful person, but I need you to hear her differently. We got to make sure she gets heard. And it seems like Nori was taking everything Judge Toller was saying to heart and taking it very seriously. So after the exercise, Dr. Ish talks to Mally one on one, and Mally, you know, is complaining about having to be in quarantine before they got there, being stuck in that small ass room. He's steady complaining about the amenities and shit. Meanwhile, he then brings up, you know, in 2014, I had some legal issues that changed my life, talking about him getting indicted or whatever on sex trafficking, human trafficking or whatever. That's some weirdo nasty shit. But like I said, look at him. He got weirdo written all around him. So I'm like, did he come on this motherfucker just for the check to help pay his legal bills? Cause like, why isn't he in somebody's jail getting bent over by Bubba? Cause like, why is his man being allowed on television around other humans when he has been accused of human trafficking? Disgusting. So meanwhile, downstairs, everybody at the table eating dinner, and Treasure is talking about her drinking issues, and then just gets up suddenly mid conversation. Moni, meanwhile, is side eyeing the fuck out of Tough while he texting on his phone. She looking like, this nigga. Who the fuck is he texting? What the fuck is going on? And while she side eyeing him, Treasure asked and ran over to the sink and started throwing the fuck up. I'm like, this nasty ass bitch. Oh my god. So after she get done throwing up her gut, she gonna say in her in confessional that she's embarrassed but happy everyone sees the worst of her because things can only get better from here. I hope so, girl, because you need to be about shame to yourself. Like she needs to have secondhand embarrassment watching this shit back and how bad of a fool she made herself. Because like, girl, you throwing up in the sink and other people gotta wash dishes and shit out of her, like disgusting. So Mally tells Dr. Ish that Treasure only respects one man in her life, and that's her father. Then we see it cuts to Dr. Ish in his confessional saying that Mally's hiding things behind her drinking. And I'm like, I don't know if that was cut and pasted that way or if that was his actual thoughts based on what the information he had given him, but the two didn't add up. And I'm still trying to figure out what is it that they're seeing in Mally because I'm not seeing it. I mean, we all know he nasty. We all know he got, whatever issues or whatever, but controlling, I'm not seeing it. I don't know. I mean, he's been telling her the whole time to stop drinking. That's not being controlling. She's an alcoholic. He's trying to help her. So I'm not getting it. Maybe he's seeing something that I'm not seeing. Y'all let me know. Is it something about Mally outside of what we already know that I'm not seeing on camera in regards to their relationship? Because I'm confused. Um, so then he goes downstairs to eat with everybody, and she tell him that she threw up, and then he was like, I'm happy that you're acknowledging it. Like, at least you seeing the problem and you trying to fix it. 5 seconds later, she get her ass up to try to go in the damn refrigerator and start drinking again. And they remind her that Judge told her, bitch wants you sober so y'all can talk in the morning. Like, this girl, like, Jesus the Christ. So Neri cleans up the kitchen because it look a mess and ain't nobody else cleaned it up. Nasty ass motherfuckers. And guess what? Nori helps her clean up for the first time. And I was like, look at God. Won't he do it? It seems like he really took what she said to heart and really is trying to help. Because other than that, I have not even seen like any kind of chemistry between them. Even in their confessionals, like they just sitting side by side, no intimacy, no looking at each other. It's just like sterile. I'm like, what is going on? So Moni in their room confronts Tough on him resenting her for stopping funding his career. And this nigga in his confessional gonna say, I know what I did, but she should have still had my back. Bitch, you didn't have hers. You was too busy sticking your dick in somebody else's coochie and breaking another bitch back. But you expect to treat her like shit. And she's supposed to say, yeah, he cheated on me while I was pregnant. And yeah, I took him back and he's still cheating on me. But regardless of all that, I'm still gonna help him with his career. I know you fucking lying. Girl, the delusions of grandeur. So he gonna have the nerve to say out his mouth, how can you want to stay with somebody but then don't want to help them? I mean, what he was saying was kind of true, but it was just like the audacity of it coming from your mouth because at the end of the day, why do you, Moni, want to be with somebody that ain't shit? Why are you holding on? Is it because y'all have a child with each other? That's why you holding on to this? Are you holding on because you want him to change? Are you holding on because of time? Like, why do you still want to be with him? Because shit, at this point, you might as well be helping his ass. But it's obvious that that's the only reason why he with her is because she was funding his damn career. Girl, that nigga don't mean you no good and he don't love you. Leave his ass the fuck alone. Leave marriage boot camp house by your goddamn self and be a mother to your child single and let him be a father or single and fucking whoever. So that's my thoughts on tonight's episode of Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. Let me know how y'all felt about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe. I also want to let you guys know that once I do start chemo, of course, I don't know how this is going to affect my body. So reviews will be up when they're up. If they're not up the night of the next day, that does not mean that it won't ever be up. I just don't know how this is going to affect my body. So please just be understanding of that. I will reiterate that over the next few weeks to get you all prepared. But I am going to try to film as much as I can in the process and still do reviews, but they'll just be up when I can have the strength or whatever to have them up. So love you guys, and I will see you on the next review. Bye.